Hi, today we're going to talk about Versa software updates. First of all, a couple words about these software releases and how do we call them. We have three main numbers which are separated by dots, which represent the major release number, the minor release number, and the service release. So here's a couple of examples how the software can be called. When we release the software, the new version is being released for the Versa Analytics of Versa OS and Versa Director. We usually release up to 2 major releases per year. Usually it's 1, but it might be 2. Typically up to 2 minor releases per major release will be released before we will go to the next version. And of course, service releases, there might be as many as Versa deems necessary. By the way, we started using this naming scheme in 2019. Before that, you would see releases with naming like 16.1 or 2 or 1 and so on and so forth. So just to show you how the releases were renamed, for example, 20.1.0 would be called 16.1 R3. At the same time, 20.2.1 in the previous naming convention would be called 16.1 R4 S1. The same 21.1.1 would be called 16.1 R1 S1 in the previous or the former naming convention. Now let's talk about the Versa OS updates. So first of all, before you update your Versa OS devices, don't forget to read release notes. You can always find release notes in the same folder where you will find the new image for the update. Example. Here's an example of the email that was sent out to our partners with the new release. So in the email you will find the link and the password to access that link. So let's open it. And inside you will find the FlexVNF, which is Versa OS, and inside of this folder there's going to be release notes. So here's Versa OS release notes, which you can download and read through the update procedure. Depending on the version, there might be dependencies before the update to, for example, to tune something so it can update, or for example, apply additional patch and so on. After you read the release notes, you would need to download the .bin files. So there's going to be 2 .bin files. One of them is going to be ending with -wsn.bin, and second will be ending with just the release number.bin. Depending on the hardware type that you'll be installing on, for most of the appliances you would use just regular bin file. If it's an Atom-based processor appliance, you would need to download the WSM image. After you downloaded that image, you would need to upload that image to the Versa Director. Let's see where's the screen of the upload. Here's the Versa Director interface. In here you would need to go to the administration. Inside of the administration you would need to open the inventory tab, and inside of the inventory there's going to be the image menu. In the image menu you can upload images for the update of the Versa Director, and you can also upload images for update of the Versa OS or FlexVNF. To upload the new image you would need to click Add, give it some name, let's say new VOS, specify that the type is FlexVNF if it's Versa OS, and of course upload it from your computer or from the URL if it's available somewhere in your company. Next, you need to upload images to the Versa OS devices from the Versa Director, so you can trigger the update when you will have the update window. To upload only images, you would need to go to the Versa Director, then you would go to the Appliances menu, select all the appliances to which you want to upload the new version. For example, I will select this 4, click Update Selected Appliances, select the image that you want to upload, and select the Upload checkbox only. This is very important because if you want to upload images before you will do update, just so when you have the update window you don't spend time on uploading image but just trigger the update itself, you would need to do it first with the upload only checkbox. To trigger the update later on, you would need to do the same procedure, but just don't specify the upload only checkbox, and the system will trigger the update on the Versa OS appliance. Okay, before we go further, let's review the workflow that Director takes to upload and trigger the upgrade. First, when you click on Update or Upgrade button, so on this menu, when you click OK, first thing that Director will do, it will log in to the Versa OS device, and it will check if the image is already present on that device. It will check by comparing hashes of the image that resides on the local storage and on the remote storage of the Versa OS. If the image already exists, it will just trigger the update procedure. If the image doesn't exist on the Versa OS device, it will upload it to the appliance first. Versa Director can upload up to 5 images concurrently. If you want to increase this number, you can go to the CLI of the Versa Director and run this command. Now, as we learned in details how to update your Versa OS devices, let's review how to update your overall system, including headend and other components. First of all, let's imagine that you have a regular implementation of the Versa network system. You will have the primary data center with Director, with analytics cluster, with controller. You will also probably will have a secondary data center with Director, controller, and a couple of analytics nodes or log collectors. And you might have multiple sites with the hub devices, with the spoke devices, or with the devices that are in the full mesh configuration. So the very first thing that you would need to do, you would need to shut down the secondary Director. This is very important. If we will trigger update on the main Director, the second will take over its role because it will think that the first Director is just down, and you will have a split brain problem. So it's very important to first shut down the secondary Director in the redundant data center. Next, you need to do the backup of the Director. So to trigger the backup, you would need to run command request system recovery backup on the CLI of the Director. After the backup is complete, you can actually update the main Director. After that, bring up secondary Director and update it as well. After both Directors successfully updated, you can proceed to start updating analytics nodes. It's very important to do update one by one. So you would first upgrade one of the nodes, then second node, third, fourth, and so on and so forth. But it's very important not to begin the update of the following node in the analytics cluster before the previous one didn't finish the update. After all nodes finished updating, you can proceed to start updating your controllers. First, update your first controller. It is very important to update only one of them. This is purposely done. After the upgrade of the first controller, we would start upgrading nodes. And this is done in case if, for example, one of the nodes unsuccessfully updates and it cannot communicate with controller with the newer software, it would still be able to communicate with the redundant controller with the secondary that is, at least until now, is on the previous version of the software. So anyway, after you finished updating your controller software, you would proceed to start updating one of the nodes in the full mesh or the hub devices. So when you have the high availability pair, one of the devices should be updated, only one of them. After the update finished and you verified that you can see this device in the Versa Director with the new software release version, you should proceed to start updating your spoke nodes. And once again, if it's a high available site, update only one of the nodes in the cluster. After all the spokes updated as well, you should proceed to updating your standalone devices. For example, in here we have a full mesh device which is standalone, so we would trigger the update procedure on that device. After all of this procedure is finished and we can see the new software release in the Versa Director for these nodes, you should proceed to updating the remaining controller. That's the first operation, and second operation is to finish updating all of the remaining nodes in the HA clusters. Now, this is very important, so I will repeat it once again. Please do not forget, every time you trigger an update of the director, controller, analytics, or anything else, please don't forget to read release notes. It is very important. There might be information about the additional tools or steps that needs to be taken in the update procedure. This finalizes our video. I hope it was informative for you, and thank you for watching.